Welcome to episode 2 of ODS Retro. So we got going on today. So here we have the classic M16, still AR-15 style rifle, but it's got the big 20-inch heavy barrel. Doesn't have the pencil thin barrel. It's like the heavy barrel just for the weight of it, helps with the recoil, but it's got that classic look. You have your fixed stock, no adjustability, it is what it is type of thing. So standard A2 front sights, then you got your carry handle with your rear sights, you know, same old, full powered scope, just like our M4 rifle that we did in episode 1. So very similar to what we did in episode 1. We are going to be doing some tunings and adjustments. The only difference is with this stock setup here, the buffer system is a little bit different, but talk about that a little bit later. Again, all of this will be done off camera. Not meant to be a tutorial or anything like that. This is for entertainment purposes only. So big changes that we are going to be doing. We are going to be adding, I guess, a little adapter here. So usually your sling can go right here. There's a little swivel deal right here that you can attach a sling to here, and in the back on the stock, you can attach. It's mainly for carrying it, but I really want it to be usable. So I want to add a sling so that I can use it to, you know, steady my shot when I'm shooting offhand, things like that. So we were going to be putting an adapter on here to make it so that we can put a sling, we can attach a sling to this point, as well as, I don't know what they're called, I guess it's like a saddle type of thing on here, just so that we can attach a sling on here. So we'll do that. We're going to be doing our tunings. Of course, we're going to change our safety out to a different safety. I'll show you guys that once we do it. We'll be doing our tunings to our upper, our lower, and our BCG. And that's about it. We will not be making any adjustments to the buffer or the buffer spring, but I'll explain that once we get all that situated. So stand by. Okay guys, so we've made all our adjustments, our tunings, and our, I guess, updates. Let's go through them real quick. So here we have our little adapter. It's made by GG&G. I need to look it up. I forgot where they're from. I want to say it's like Arizona, something like that, but they manufacture a wide variety of these different types of adapters that you can put on A2 sights, on Picatinny rails, things so that you can mount slings, mount lights, things like that. Here it has a Picatinny side, but on the other side, show you here, it has a mount for the Picatinny rail, or not the Picatinny rail, the sling. It has like a little loop right here that you can attach the sling to. So it's pretty cool. If you wanted to, if I wanted to, I could put a light on here on this other side and still have my sling. So they have various options, things like that. So here I have this, I think it's from Sentry, something called Sentry. It just basically holds the sling in place. I have a flat lying adjustable sling here. And then here in the back, well, it's kind of hard to see in the way, but just your basic like saddle. I don't really know what these things are called. I've always known them to be called as saddles, but it has a mounting point for the sling, and I really like the mounting point being higher, or at least on the opposite end of where I have it, where the rifle is towards my body, on the opposite side, versus down here on the bottom, because down here on the bottom and over here in the front on the bottom, it's more meant to have it kind of like shouldered when you're carrying it around, and it works good like that, but I really wanted to have an option, something that makes it so that I can improve my stability when I'm shooting offhand, and this setup really helps me with that. So of course we did our tunings and our updates to our upper and lower receiver. The thing about the buffer that we need to consider is that this is your standard mil-spec buffer and spring system. On a rifle length system like we have here, it's completely different. It's a little bit larger. I want to say like maybe 2 inches, 1.5 inches longer, things like that. The standard weight on the rifle buffer is not what it is on here. It's obviously larger, so it's going to be a little bit more heavy. So I didn't need to make any adjustments to that buffer. So that, theoretically, I'm thinking, should help us with our cycling with our Atrius Selector. So we have our Atrius Selector installed here, just like we did on our M4, and everything looks good in terms of functionality. Function-wise, I did the function check, everything seems to be working good. So the only thing that's really left is to go out to the range and see how she runs. So stand by.
All right, guys, so as you can see, we're out at the range here. We just finished up our last range day with the M16, the Eugene Classic. Can't go wrong with this platform. It shot so well. The recoil on this is just completely different from the M4. It's so much more like soft. I guess that's the only way I can explain it. It's way soft. It's way more soft than the M4. I feel like the M4 is a little bit more snappy, a little bit quicker. In terms of the felt recoil, whereas this, it gives you time to kind of absorb the recoil rather than just kind of dealing with it at the time, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm trying to explain it, but it's very hard to explain. You kind of just have to shoot it and feel it for yourself and shoot them side by side, and you really notice a difference. But same as before, or similar as before, where I mainly shot PMC, but this time I only had access to the 55 grain X-Tac, the 553, and ran perfectly fine, no issues. There was one day where I was able to shoot, it was only about 10 or 15 rounds through it. A buddy of mine that came to the range, I didn't get to record it. I didn't have my camera at the time. He had some reloads that he made, that he reloaded. I guess he didn't build them, but he reloaded them, and it ran through those just as well. The recoil pattern, the ejection pattern of the brass was the same, about 4 o'clock, 4:30 range. That it's just perfectly tuned. This gas system, it's just, I guess it's just the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? This was the original design. Don't get me wrong. The carbine lengths and the M4s and the high speed stuff. You know, the adjustable gas blocks, all that stuff. That's all fine and good for tuning and everything like that. But this platform just feels right. It's hard to explain. It just feels right. Yes, it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit, 20-inch barrel. It could feel a little bit cumbersome, but when I first originally built this and I got it going, the length of it was something that like I wasn't used to. It was something like I feel like I'm not gonna like this. It's something that I'm gonna have to get used to, and I don't really like that. It should just feel right the first time. But after putting a couple hundred rounds through it, it's becoming my preferred platform to go to. Just this simple. You don't have to worry about adjusting the stock and all those things. Everything just kind of fits right the way it's supposed to. And after I shot it a few times, everything just kind of came together. And it's just a fun platform to shoot. You just take it out and shoot it, and you're gonna have a good time. You're not gonna have any issues, malfunctions. You're gonna spend more time shooting and having fun than you will, addressing malfunctions and things like that. At least with this type of platform, it's very straightforward. There's no fancy doohickeys and all this other stuff that people like to put in. I mean, other than the safety, of course, the Atrius safety, of course, but if that, you don't even have to use that. You can just use semi-auto and still have such a good time. But same as before, I shot mainly at a 50 to 100 yard range. I really didn't shoot at the 15 yard range too much, only just to mess around with the Atrius Selector. But for the most part, everything was shot at 50 to 100 yards, held zero just fine. This little scope right here, kind of a cheap scope. It's not even, it's like a replica of a Colt scope that's true to this M16 style, the retro style or whatever, but I don't want to pay $300-400 just for a little 4-powered scope. But this little replica does just fine. It holds zero really well. I actually dropped the rifle a couple of times and the zero still held, so it works really good. And the way the sling mount system, it's just perfect. It works really good. I had a lot of fun shooting this one. So yeah, that's pretty much it for episode 2, guys, for the Eugene Classic. Well, thank you for watching. Take it easy, stay safe.